Hello everyone, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for my comic book review for the beginning of May 2012. I apologize for being late. I have been extremely busy these past few days. I just finished the semester this semester in college. Just got done with my actual last final exam for history today. I've just been really busy, and this weekend I had free comic book day. And then just last night, my girlfriend and I, we went and saw the Avengers. Oh my God! Before I get to the books, I want to talk about the Avengers. This movie was not only better than what I expected. All my expectations were blown away by how awesome it was. Wow. Talk about a movie that lived up to all the hype. Was this movie overhyped? Yeah, a little bit. But, in my opinion, Marvel kicked ass with this movie. No wonder it broke a box office record. $200-something million in the opening weekend. Incredible. Nothing short of incredible. This movie, to me, was a perfect example of what a superhero movie should be like. Just perfect. I enjoyed every single second of it. It had a great deal of action. Great deal of suspense, comedy, storytelling, good character development. It was all there. Just brilliantly done. Joss Whedon wrote the script for this movie, and he did a fantastic job. The cast was all there. My personal favorites were Mr. Robert Downey Jr. portraying Iron Man, and Mark Ruffalo did a fantastic job as Bruce Banner and the Hulk. Chris Evans, in my opinion, yeah, he was a better Captain America in this movie than he was in his solo movie from last year. Now, keep in mind, I don't remember all the actors' names who portrayed the parts. Scarlett Johansson, I thought she did a fantastic job with the Black Widow, but I have to agree with my student, TheMtVernonKid. I myself as well would have liked to have seen Milla Jovovich as the Black Widow rather than Scarlett, but Scarlett did a nice job. She did she did a great job with that. Her entry into the movie with that interrogation scene was brilliant. Very, very well done. Iron Man, Tony Stark. I look at Robert Downey Jr. and I see Tony Stark. You know, I don't see it's like, how long can he play this role, or can he play this role? No, he is Tony Stark. Pure and simple. He is Tony. I love that Marvel paid, like my student again had said, I also loved how Marvel paid homage to the book that started it all, Avengers #1, where Loki was the main was the first villain. And they were using an original Avengers lineup. Yes, yeah, we didn't get Giant Man, and we didn't get Wasp and everything like that. But the lineup that we got, to me, was the Avengers. Great lineup, great packaging. Marvel proved to us that they can do an Avengers movie that doesn't need SpiderMan or Wolverine. That was my biggest fear when the Avengers movie was first teased a few years ago. It's like, oh, please don't put Spider-Man or Wolverine into it because it's not needed. And Marvel proved to us that they can pull it off, and it was very nicely done. Character dynamics. It was good to see how they work together as a team. The characters, I mean. It was very nice. To me, the best scenes were the action scenes. I mean, yes, the storytelling was there and it was fantastic, but you know, the theater was packed, and the fight scenes got everybody enthusiastic about watching this movie. The action sucked everybody in. The fight between Iron Man and Thor in the woods, great. It was short, it was simple, but man, it was, well, I wouldn't say it was simple, but it was badass. Thor and Hulk, you know, minor spoilers here. Thor and Hulk had a pretty good smackdown, but a lot of good comedy notes in here, and authentic comedy. The comedy that made you laugh, but it kept your attention. Not too many movies can do that. You know, sometimes they'll tell a joke and it makes your mind wander a little bit, or it makes you laugh and it makes you lose track of what you're watching. The comedy was there, it made me laugh, yet it kept my attention at the same time. Very few movies can do that to me. Especially... if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But... I'm going to start laughing just thinking about that. It was great. And... it was just a solid movie. A perfect example of a comic book related movie. In other words, best comic book movie ever. Enough said. The Avengers were assembled and they kicked ass. This is without a doubt, I even said this on my Facebook page, this is without a doubt the best comic book related movie I have ever seen. This was, in my opinion, okay, in my opinion, do not troll me please for having a different opinion, but this one to me was better than The Dark Knight. Way better. I loved it, and I find it hilarious that this was the movie that I was looking forward to the least, yet after watching it, I'm willing to guess that it might end up being the movie I enjoyed the most. Awesome! Marvel, thank you for such a great movie. Thank you. The Avengers was awesome. My score for The Avengers, a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. Awesome. Great job. Now on to the comic books. We're going to start things off with the pick of the week. The pick of the week is The Amazing Spider-Man number 685. Yeah, 685. This is the next part of the Ends of the Earth storyline. Dan Slott, like my student said, is still kicking ass with the writing here. Very well done. Humberto Ramos, still love his artwork. Right now, it's basically nothing but Spider-Man, Black Widow, and Silver Sable. I love this team up. This is great. They're all literally public enemy #1 for the entire planet. Everybody's gunning after them. Not just supervillains, but yes, even S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. has been persuaded by Dr. Octopus to go after Spider-Man, Widow, and Sable. Ooh, it's just getting balls to the wall. Pete's back's against the wall. He has to think. He has to continuously keep on thinking. He's got some backup from Horizon Labs, and he's constantly thinking about a certain someone that's near and dear to him. Who is that? I'm not going to spoil that. But, I mean, come on. If you're a diehard Spider-Man fan like I am, you should know who Pete's talking about. Yeah, just when you think this book couldn't go any further, just when you thought this story couldn't get any more shocking, the end of the book, Doc Ock, as fugly as Marvel has made him, is still a mad genius. Doc Ock hits Spidey hard in the end. The cliffhanger was spectacular. No pun intended. My God. I was not I will be honest. We're about halfway through the series, this particular story, and I wasn't expecting a cliffhanger like this until near the finale, like the next issue. This kind of a cliffhanger to me came a bit early, and it caught me by surprise. I'm like, damn, Doc Ock ain't fucking around. He's dead serious. And just, ooh, I'd like to see how Peter outthinks Doc and how he's gonna win this one. This is awesome. I'm still right now I'm enjoying Ends of the Earth way more than I am Avengers vs. X-Men. Do yourselves a favor. Buy Webhead's product. This is good. This is really good. Moving along, we got Venom number 17. This was my buddy Quorum TV. This was his comic of the week on his show, Comic Nation. Cheap plug. You're welcome, Mark. Rick Remender. Woo! Nice. This was nice. We got Flash Thompson being a great Venom in here. He's got that confliction. He's like this whole schizophrenic, you know, psychotic mind frame of how he's thinking. He's like, should I be the hero? I went from a scared kid to a bully to a soldier to a hero. What am I to do? Should I be doing this or should I be doing that? You know, should I kill or should I be a hero? And it's, wow, it's compelling. It's very well put together. It's gripping and it's damn chilling too, and I love it. And Venom comes across the Savage Six, and he also comes across another certain someone who I ain't going to spoil. But let's just say the person he runs across knows Venom. Let's just say he knows him. Yeah, you probably already know who it is. So, yeah, big hint right there. But yeah, the leader of the Savage Six is just an outright dick. Dialogue is very old. It's got that old school villainy to him. Very nice. And the last page. Oh my God. The last page. Now I see why Mark made this his comic of the week. Oh my God. That's all I'm gonna say is oh my God. Let's just leave it at that and go to the next book. Alright, we got Avengers versus X-Men round 3. Or should this particular round be called Avengers and X-Men versus Wolverine, because that's what this is starting to look like. Ed Brubaker is writing this issue, and we still got John Romita Jr. on artwork, which is always a plus in my opinion. Cyclops pulls a mindfuck on the Avengers and continues to act like a complete dickhole. And yeah, Marvel, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You're turning Cyclops into Magneto. You're turning him into a potential leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, not the X-Men. So for that, fuck you. But for this, but Ed Brubaker, I'm speaking to you. You did a good job with the writing. I really do appreciate this. This is really keeping my attention. I'm really enjoying this. Although I find out when I read this book that Scott's got an inside mole at Wolverine's school, and when I found out who it was, I can't really say I was shocked, but I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised we were getting a mole this early, but when I saw who it was, I can't really say I was shocked, but it still made me go, Scott, you motherfucker. But yeah, at the end, Logan doesn't know who to trust. Minor, spoiler, Logan gets his ass whipped by Captain America with a little run-in from Giant Man. And it's like, this is a good story, but right now it's a little bit of a mess, and I don't really know what to expect anymore. I really can't say I can't really put any predictions in this story anymore, because I feel like anything I predict, it's just going to get shot all to hell by the time I read the next issue. So I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm just going to read this and enjoy it for what it can, and try to enjoy it for what it possibly can end up being. But for now, this issue was really good. I can honestly understand why Steve chose to, do what he did to Logan, because he believes Logan's too emotionally attached to this. He believes that if Logan's too emotionally attached, he won't be willing to do what's needed to be done. But Logan's done this shit before. Just ask Jean. Oh, wait. Oh. awkward. Let's just move on. XFactor number 235. Man, Peter David. Wow. This particular issue was really good. We got some wannabe mutants, I believe, making their own X-related team, and somebody's going around just killing them all off, and a couple of the members of X-Factor go undercover as potential new members of this pseudo-mutant team. And yeah, I gotta agree, the costume work, the undercover costumes are a bit on the lame side, but, you know, it's undercover work, not everything's going to be perfect. Dialogue is still spot on. Peter David still has not lost a step. He knows how to keep this series going. He's really good at it, and once again, son of a bitch, the master of cliffhangers. Jesus. I just, like, Peter David is so good at giving us cliffhangers. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, I predict that the final book Peter David ever writes will end on a cliffhanger. Man, this was good. I mean, still one of the best X-related titles on the shelf. Broken Record keeps playing, everybody. But, wow. Yeah, I'm sticking around with this shit. This is really, really good. It's really just the main focus on the mission at hand, and I just love the animosity between Havoc and Madrix. Just awesome. Got that old school animosity from the good old days of X-Mendom. Yeah, okay, X-Mendom. I think I just made that up. Alright, on to DC. DC, we're going to start with Earth 2, number 1. Hold on, wait, whoa, what the hell? Oh, yeah. I'm here to talk to you about Earth 2, number 1. Yeah. James Robinson, Nicola Scott, Trevor Scott, they work on this book here, you see? And I think they did a very nice job. Now, not everybody's going to like what James Robinson does. A lot of people hated his guts for his past run on the JLA back before the relaunch happened. A lot of people just don't seem to trust what James Robinson can do with a comic book. But me, myself, personally, I think he did a really good job with this first issue here with Earth 2. And where he's going with this, I don't know, but I can damn sure say I'm interested. He's got my attention, especially with what happens in this introductory issue. DC really rolled the dice here by killing off the Trinity. Their three biggest stars, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, they're all dead. They're dead, you see, they're dead. But needless to say, we got a brief look into their character development. Maybe we'll get some like prequel stories that leads up to what happens in here. Who knows where this is going? But I looked at the covers, I looked at the character designs, and I was intrigued. And then I read this issue. Now it's on my pull list. I can't wait to see what DC's got in mind for a new run featuring Jay Garrick and Alan Scott. I saw the character design for Alan Scott's Green Lantern costume, and let me tell you something. I may be an old school fan of the Golden Age at heart, but I have to admit, I'm very, very excited where this series could go, how it could go, what it could turn into, and how awesome it has the potential of being. You know, it may have the title Earth 2, but my instincts are telling me that we're going to be getting the Justice Society in this particular series. I loved this book. This is one book that I would highly recommend you give a try. Not everybody's going to like it because it's James Robinson, but this is something different. This is a new direction, and I'm loving it. I'm on board. Thanks, DC. This was awesome. Bye. Okay. My Earth 2 counterpart just reviewed this book for me. Basically, everything he said, that's what I was going to say. So, just take his word. Just take his word for it. There you go. Moving along, we got World's Finest, #1, featuring Huntress and Power Girl. Yeah, they just love to keep changing Power Girl's outfit. I'm fine with the costume change. I mean, it's time for some of us fans to grow up and quit staring at Power Girl's tits, okay? That was, let's face it, DC, I mean, that was Power Girl's selling point, was her tits. And you take that away from us. Let's see how well this shit sells. You got me to buy it. Paul Levitz, he's the writer, and here's the reason why I bought this book. George Perez is on the artwork. I'm always going to be a huge fan of George Perez, the artist. Not so much the writer, but I still love him as an artist. And the artwork in here, it's not his best, but it's still good enough to say I enjoyed it. However, storytelling-wise, this book disappointed me. And no, I'm not going to rant and bitch about the boob window, because I already did that. But what I am going to bitch about is Huntress. For those of you who haven't read this book, spoiler warning, you have been warned. This is Helena Wayne from Earth 2. According to the very first page of this book, the Huntress that we all loved from the prior DC universe, Helena Bertinelli, she's dead. Does this book explain how she died? No. Does this book explain why she died? No. Does this book explain if she was killed, who killed her? No. What's the only thing they say? She's dead. That's it. Fuck you, DC. I loved Helena Bertinelli. I thought that's who I thought the Huntress was in that 6-issue miniseries earlier in the year. But that turns out that all that time we were reading Helena Wayne, not Bertinelli. It was Helena Wayne assuming the identity of the late Helena Bertinelli. That was my biggest gripe with this book, that they just nonchalantly just dismissed Bertinelli in the past with hardly any respect at all. They just gave Helena Wayne her name, and then they said she's dead. What? What the hell? And to top it off, there was a little bit dialogue heavy. It just, to me, this book was just okay. I'm gonna keep giving this particular series a try, but I'm not promising anything. This was just, it was just there. Let's just move on. Justice League International #9. OMAC Attacks. Now, here you go. This series is picking back up for me, and I'm enjoying it again. I'm going to try my best to forget about Jeff Johns' attempt at character assassination in Justice League. Guess what, Jeff? If this team is such a joke to you, then why am I still reading this and I dropped your shit from Justice League? Explain that to me. Okay? Who's the fucking joke now? I'm still with this and I dropped your shit. Alright. Dan Jurgens, awesome. Love the writing. Aaron Lopresti's art is really good in here too. I don't follow the character of OMAC at all, but based on what I read in here, he's pretty good. He's damn good. And to me, the best part of the book was seeing Guy Gardner go all Iron Man with his ring and just, you know, have a slugfest with OMAC. That was really good. Still, Godiva's a damn pushover. She's like a WWE diva. Nobody gives a shit about her. Yeah, this is leading up to a crossover with the Fury of Firestorm, which I'm really excited about. But all in all, this was a fun issue. You know, nothing really makes me go ah in this book. Nothing at all. This is just a fun read with some good dialogue, some decent action at its, you know, and Dan Jurgens tried real hard to present a great story here. So kudos to you, Mr. Jurgens, and kudos to DC for keeping me on board with this, despite what Jeff Johns made Batman say about you. Alright, moving along. Red Lanterns, number 9. As soon as I bought this book, I posted on my Twitter account, this is, without a doubt, perhaps the best cover I have seen out of the New 52. This cover is 100% awesome. Loved it. It reminded me of the good old days of Blackest Night, and hell, it even got me thinking of Marvel Zombies, back when Marvel Zombies was good. But this leads us to the introduction of what is called now the Dead Lantern Corps. A fitting touch. Fitting touch. Peter Milligan is still doing the writing. Yeah, I gotta agree with Chris, my student. Missing Ed Benes. I'm missing his artwork, because only he can make a Red Lantern's only he can make Bleez's ass look really good. We get some minor action in here, but what really is the focal point of this particular issue is the Red Lanterns coming all together and realizing that their central power battery is, you know, it's just, it's dead, it's been destroyed, it's decaying, but they believe they can save it, and they will be avenged, and that's it. We get some pretty good dialogue from the Earth Red Lantern, but that's really pretty much all this was. I mean, the cover was clearly better than what was on the inside, but the storytelling on the inside was very good. It wasn't perfect, and it kind of dragged a little bit in my opinion, but it was still, I'm still on board with this. Thankfully this wasn't one of the titles that got shafted by DC to make room for the second wave to come in. And that's pretty much all I can say about this issue. I liked it. It was really good. Had its flaws, and it seemed to drag a little bit, but I was still entertained by it. And we're going to end this with Detective Comics number 9. Tony Daniel still doing the writing and the artwork in here. And hey DC, remember when you used to draw the line at $2.99? What the hell happened with that? Now I'm starting to see $3.99, more and more $3.99 titles out of your library. It doesn't look like you're drawing any more lines to me. But this is Detective Comics' entrance into the Night of the Owls. In this, we have the Court of Owls infiltrating Arkham Asylum. Oof. We get some very good and suspenseful dialogue in here. The artwork is dark and it's gritty. We get to see old Jeremiah Arkham again, and some small appearances from some of Batman's previous villains, including a villain I ain't seen in a long time, Nocturna. How many people out there remembered her? Wow. I mean, yeah, she was only in one panel, but I was like, wow, DC still remembers her. I almost forgot about her. Well, actually, I did forget about her. This book actually reminded me of her. But in here, the owls are so vicious that when the inmates of Arkham break out of their cells, I too thought that they were going to attack both the owls and Batman. No, they're targeting the owls because the owls are after Dr. Arkham. We get a nice confrontation between Batman and Black Mask. This was just pure awesome. This is a great issue of Detective Comics. Pardon me. But yeah, Night of the Owls has been so far a fantastic story. I'm enjoying it. This was no slouch. Just pure awesome. Loved every page. Do yourselves a favor and keep buying Detective Comics. This had potential to be a possible candidate for the pick of the week, but it got beat out by SpiderMan. But yeah, I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil anything more. But wow, this was awesome. Really good. Alright, thanks for watching my review, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my take on the Avengers as well as the reviews for this week. I'm just sorry that they came out a little bit late. That's all I got, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter or on Tumblr. Until next time, everybody, I'll see you later.